Hello viewers, this is Wagda Ronald taking you through today's tutorial on O-level physics, and this tutorial I'm going to share with you the solutions to O-level physics for UNEB 2019, particularly question 3 of paper 2. So where necessary, those constants can be used. And this is the very question I left in the previous video. I believe by now you have tried it out and now you are eagerly waiting to check your progress. So let's get started. We shall start with question 3 part A. Part A says that Roman 1 state the kinetic theory of matter, and that is 1 mark, and Roman 2 describe how solids, liquids and gases occur, and that is 3 marks. So we shall start with Roman 1. So Roman 1 shall say that kinetic theory of matter states that matter consists of tiny particles called molecules which possess kinetic energy and are together and are therefore always in constant vibration in solids and continuous random motion in liquids and gases. So note that word: for solids it is constant vibration, but for liquids and gases it is continuous random motion. Now shall go to Roman 2. Roman 2 says that describe how solids, liquids and gases occur. So in other words, they want you to distinguish between solids, liquids and gases. So shall say solids have a definite size and shape. What about liquids? Liquids have a definite size but no definite shape. What about gases? Gases have no definite shape, size and no definite shape. So basically that's how you can describe solids, liquids and gases, how they occur. Alternatively, you can distinguish them in terms of the arrangement of molecules, as you can see here, solids, liquid, gases, or in terms of intermolecular forces, where solids have strong intermolecular forces, liquids have weak intermolecular forces, and gases have very weak intermolecular forces. You can also distinguish them in terms of the molecules motion of these molecules, whereby solids vibrate within fixed positions, liquids vibrate with greater amplitude, and gases move randomly throughout the container at greater speed. And also you can also distinguish in terms of the rate of diffusion, whereby the rate very low in some solids, low in liquids and high in gases. Or compressibility, whereby solids are incompressible, liquids are incompressible, but gases are compressible. Now let's see how marking can be done. Remember, this is a kinetic theory of matter is a law, so the whole of it has to be correct for you to get that 1 mark. Then for this one, mark for solid, mark for liquid and mark for gases. So that's how the 3 marks could come about. Now shall go to part B. Part B says that describe an experiment to show the existence of surface tension in liquids. So the procedure, we shall start with the procedure that blotting paper is placed on the surface of the water in a clean beaker. After doing that, a pin or needle is then gently, note that word, gently placed on the blotting paper and observed. So let's see how the setup is. Now this is the beaker and this is water with water halfway. Now on the surface of this water you put blotting paper. So this is blotting paper, and on this blotting paper you gently put a pin or a needle. So this is how the setup is. Now let's go to the observation. So the observation is that after some few minutes The blotting paper absorbs water and sinks to the bottom, but the needle remains floating on the water surface. And the conclusion therefore will be that the needle is held by surface tension, hence existence of surface tension in liquid. So basically that was the experiment to show the existence of surface tension in liquids. Now let's see how marks can be awarded. First mark is for you to put the blotting paper on the surface of the beaker, and second mark is for you to gently put a pin or a needle on the blotting paper. Next is the observation, what is observed, and lastly the conclusion that the needle is held by surface tension. So basically that's how the 4 marks could come about. Now we shall go to part C. Part C says, when a scale pan is fitted to a spring with a pointer, the pointer points to 30 centimeter mark on a meter rule. When sugar is added onto the pan, the pointer points on 15 centimeter mark. When a 0.02 kilogram mass is put on the sugar, the pointer points on the 5 centimeter mark. Calculate the mass of the sugar, and they give it 3 marks. So let's see how we can get the mass of sugar. So first of all, you know that the extension due to sugar is 30 minus 15, which is equal to 15 centimeters. Why? Because before you put sugar, the pointer was at the 30 centimeter mark, and after you putting sugar, the pointer came to 15 centimeter mark. So the difference between the two will be the extension due to sugar. So that is the extension due to sugar, and we call it E1. Now the extension due to 0.02 kilogram mass, remember before you put the 0.02 kilogram mass, the pointer was at 15 centimeter mark, and after you put it there, the pointer went to the 5 centimeter mark. So the difference between the two will give you the extension due to the 0.02 kilogram mass. So that is, and we call it E2. So E2 is 10 centimeters. After that, we have to remember the formula that force is equal to the constant, this case called the force constant, multiplied by the extension produced, which is E. Now for the 0.02 kilogram mass, the force will be the weight. So the weight of this mass will be 0.02 g, where g is the acceleration due to gravity, and the extension will be E2, which is 10 centimeters. But remember, it has to be in SI units. So mass is that, g is 10, and this extension we have to convert to SI units. So 10 centimeters, converting it to meters, will be 10 over 100. I think we'll see that we only have one unknown, and when I make k the subject, I'll come up with my k as 2 Newton per meter squared. So this is the force constant. Now that I've got the force constant, I can say that let m be the mass of the sugar. Therefore, mass times acceleration due to gravity will give you the weight, which is our force, and the k is here, which is already known. The E is here, which is already known. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to substitute. So m times 10 will be equal to 2 times 15 over 100. And when I make m the subject, I'll come up with my m as 0.03 kilograms. So basically that's what they wanted. Now let's see how marks can be awarded. So half a mark for this extension due to sugar, another half a mark for the extension due to the 0.02 kilogram mass, another mark is for you to get the force constant, another mark is for you to substitute in this formula for mass for the sugar, and after that, you're making m the subject, you'll be able to get your last mark. So this half a mark is for the magnitude, and this half a mark is for the correct unit. So basically that's how the 3 marks could come about. Now we shall go to part D. Part D, Roman 1 says, explain why steel is used as a construction material, and they give it 3 marks. Then Roman 2, state 2 advantages of concrete as a building material, and they give it 2 marks. So let's start with Roman 1. First of all, we shall say that steel is ductile, and what does that mean? It means that it can be molded into any shape. Then the next reason is that steel is strong, and what does that mean? It means that it withstands forces of tension and compression. And also steel is stiff. What does that mean? It means that it can resist bending. Also steel is hard, and what does that mean? It means that it can resist wear and tear. So basically that was Roman 1. Now Roman 2 said, state 2 advantages of concrete as a building material. So first of all, concrete is resistant to weather changes. Remember they told us to state. Now next will be, concrete is resistant to fire. We're just stating, we're not explaining. Another one is, concrete is strong and does not decompose. In other words, it is very durable. And also concrete is resistant to compressional forces. So basically that's what they wanted. Now let's see how marks can be awarded. So a state and the explanation, that is how each is half a mark. Next half a mark for stating, another half a mark for explanation, another one for stating, another one for explanation. So what we do, we mark the first 3 reasons with explanation. Now Roman 2, we shall give the first 2. Any first 2, that's what we mark. So I believe you have marked yourself and checked your progress and also done corrections where need be. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave you with another essay question for you to try out. So that brings us the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and maybe as a reminder is that the solutions to the assignment I've left will be available in the next video. So if you have not yet subscribed, please click the subscribe button below this video so that you'll be able to receive an update when the video is uploaded. Otherwise, if you know of any student who is not yet on this platform, please share this link with them via the social media, Facebook, WhatsApp and others, so that we all excel as a family.